Going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel on this Saturday. Yeah, the 17th of February. And it's been a while. And I've been really busy. Obviously, the name of the shirt tells it all. Um, well, I can say I make fuel cells. But anyway, as far as wrestling goes, I haven't really watched a lot. I'm going to watch Impact Wrestling tonight, although it's 2 days later. I'm going to check it out. And first, what I want to say about Impact Wrestling is we gotta understand it's no longer TNA brand. It's totally new, and it took me a long while to accept the fact that it is nothing to do with TNA anymore. They're pretty much wiping the slate clean. A lot of the superstars that were in TNA are no longer in Impact Wrestling. There's a couple, um, but it's totally a new wrestling promotion, and that's why we see a lot of people that we're not really familiar with. Uh, and it's like with anything else, you got to grow attached to a certain individual or a certain superstar, and that's how they're made. They become fan favorites, or they become big heels, and people love to hate them, or they just love to love them, and that's how they become who they are. So it's still hard for me to, knowing TNA has been around for as long as it was, and knowing now that it's gone, and trying to readjust, which is the big thing, readjustment. Um, I still watch it. Am I pleased with it? Not a hell of a lot. There's some good matches. I like some of the things they do, but it's on a very lower level. Um, but again, it is what it is. So they're still around. For how long, I don't know. Um, but it's it's hard to explain when you have a passion for wrestling. You try to cling on to anything that will keep you inv- involved in it, really involved in it. Um, I started off watching NWA wrestling back in the early days. The Ric Flairs, the Wahoo McDaniels, the Tully Blanchards, I mean, Dusty Rhodes way back then. And that's where I really got involved in it. And then I started watching old WWF stuff. And that stuff was like really so choreographed where you never won a title. I mean, it was rare to win a title in the old WWF days. If you had a belt, you held on to it for a long time. It doesn't matter whether you're the WWF champion or the Intercontinental champion. It didn't matter. You held on to it forever. And it was just normal stuff. But NWA, man, they had some wicked brutal matches. Then the cage matches and whatnot brought blood. It brought my attention. It brought it. I go, I love this shit. The Ric Flairs, the Stings, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA. I love this stuff. So that's what got me into wrestling. And then the WWF went to WWF, and it got a little better. You had the Hulkamania, you had WrestleMania, and it competed with NWA, then turned into WCW, and it was competition. It was great. When there's competition, man, you go all out. You want to win those rating wars for sure. So we all know about the rating wars. And then we had a new promotion, TNA. And it came slowly. Jeff Jarrett, had a vision. I thought he did quite well. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough funds to keep it going. So he had to sell part of it to Panda Energy. Then came Dixie Carter, who wasn't a bad choice. I think she did all she could with what she had. TNA had a very good run. I think their run went from, let's go from 2002 basically until about 2013, 2014. I think the demise really started when they got desperate and they brought in Bischoff and Hogan in 2010 and wanted to compete with Monday Night Raw. I thought it was a bad idea. Too just too soon. And then, after that had started, AJ Styles at the time was world champion. He lost it to RVD with a pin that RVD was very nonchalant over. He didn't even hook the leg. It was just like, to me, it was disgusting. And I think right from there in February of that year, it just was on the road to slowing the slopes and sliding downward. And it really has ever since. And then, of course, the superstars started leaving one by one, starting with AJ. And the story to be told, we see where it is today. It's a lot of guys that probably wouldn't make it in a lot of other, well, let's face it, probably wouldn't make it in the WWE. So, but it's a promotion. And Anthem still owns it. They're trying. We'll see what happens. It's a breath of fresh air at times. I like it because you never know what to expect. But again, I miss the Samoa Joes. I miss the Christopher Daniels. I miss the AJ Styles. I miss these guys. Trust me, I do. But I'm trying to learn to live with it. And the other alternative, obviously, is the biggest promotion in the world is the WWE. And the WWE just does not produce for me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I'm not going to get into a long-winded argument. It just doesn't for me. I read what the results are for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown on Tuesdays because I don't watch them very often. And I'm going, what the hell is going on here? I didn't even know some of these people. And I'm sorry. I think Raw started demising after CM Punk left at the Royal Rumble right after. Things changed because when Punk was there, him and Cena had the ultimate matches that were awesome. They were great. And if you don't believe me, go watch them. But after that, things started changing. Yes, you have the Shield. You have Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose. What else much do you got? Brock Lesnar. And now they're talking about Ronda Rousey. Not going there. So with that all being said, here on February 17th, Saturday night, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions. This is the one and only Iceman. I'm going to watch Impact Wrestling in a few moments, and I'll probably talk about it a little later on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Peace out, everybody.